To say that today's discussed topic is very important is an understatement. Online predators, whether it's the internet or specifically online video games. Because I am a content creator, a streamer, and most of my games are online based. Grand Theft Auto Online, Dead by Daylight, I even stream a little bit of Friday the 13th occasionally, and I come up in March streaming Sea of Thieves, and this fall Red Dead Redemption 2, as well as the online version of Red Dead Redemption 2. And I believe that the majority of the subscribers to the GeauxBurns Nation are also fans of online games. This article coming from Fox News. I know I'm not really a fan of Fox News, but they sometimes have an article worth reading. Florida girl, 11, found in Georgia hotel room with alleged kidnapper she met in an online game, cops say. So, here we go. An 11-year-old girl was found safe Sunday after she was allegedly kidnapped by a quote-unquote child sexual predator she met while playing a video game who attempted to take her to his Illinois house before being stopped in Georgia by police. Alice Johnson was found safe at a Holiday Inn Express in Georgia around 5 p.m. Sunday, police say. Johnson disappeared sometime after 10 p.m. the night before from her East Orange County home. Her parents reported her missing after her parents went to wake Johnson up for church, but she was nowhere to be seen. John Peter Burns, no relation, and his name's not even spelled the same way as mine, by the way, 24, of Hoffman Estates, Illinois, was arrested after authorities found him inside the hotel room with Johnson. Bibb County Sheriff's Office investigators said that Burns and Johnson met while playing an online game, Minecraft. WESH reported, quote-unquote, she was chatting with the individual through a game. Within the game, you can use a headset to chat with the people you're actually playing with. So that's how the first initial contact, we believe, was made, quote-unquote, an official said in the news conference on Monday. And FYI, police departments, Minecraft isn't the only online game where you can communicate with random people online. I'm just saying. Police also told WESH that Burns disguised himself as a female to pull her, quote-unquote, into a trap, so to speak. Johnson's parents said that they were aware their daughter was talking to an individual from Illinois, but did not know that she was in danger at the time. Burns and the 11-year-old then began talking through the phone. It's unclear how long they were talking before Sunday's incident. Police said Burns drove from Illinois to pick up Johnson down the street from her Florida house and attempted to bring her back to his home in Illinois, which is actually, a few miles away from Georgia to Illinois, actually several hundred miles away. Authorities are still looking into the incident, including if Johnson was taken against her will and if Burns abused the girl. Officials said Johnson was reunited with her parents Sunday night. She appeared to be in good condition and quote-unquote okay from a physical standpoint. Quote-unquote, I would say she's lucky to be alive. She's lucky that the circumstances are not any worse than they were, according to the Orange County Sheriff Jerry Deming said Monday. He called Burns, quote-unquote, a sexual predator based on the 24-year-old's behavior. Burns is expected to face charges. Now, this is a very happy ending for Alice Johnson, who is, once again, only 11 years old. The sad reality is this happens every day online. And it doesn't matter what the game is, whether it's Minecraft or Grand Theft Auto Online, Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th. The list goes on and on. There are wolves in sheep's clothing. Predators looking to find their next quote-unquote victim. Now just bear this in mind. Alice Johnson could have been any one of you out there. Any of you could have ended up making the same mistakes that she made. And chances are you've probably talked to a few wolves in sheep's clothing and didn't even realize it. Now, I'm not saying that everybody online cannot be trusted, but it's always better to be cautious in these circumstances. And here's some advice from me to you, because believe it or not, I actually care for the fate of all my subscribers, viewers, and fans. I want nothing like this or worse to ever happen to you. Now, what happened to Alice Johnson? was a best case scenario. The police found her in time, hopefully before that guy could do anything to her. Now, there's been a lot worse outcomes. Victims that have been, raped and even killed by online predators. It can happen, and it does happen. And unfortunately, it will continue to happen. However, it doesn't have to happen to you if you follow some very important steps. Number one, never give out any private or personal information to a complete stranger. You wouldn't do this to somebody walking down the street. Why would you do it to somebody, when you're playing an online game with them or on the internet, in a forum or something? Don't do it. Keep your private, personal information as private and as personal as possible. Even if it's somebody you've been talking to for a while, several, weeks or even months or perhaps even a year or longer, because you never know who that person really is. And that leads us to point number 2. Don't trust what anyone tells you about themselves online. You cannot trust anybody because they may claim to be this person or that person. They may be a woman. They may be a man. They may be in their teens. They may be in their 20s. They may be rich and wealthy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that anything that they said to you is true. It's all theater of the mind. It could be a lie just to, woo you in, to make you think that, oh, here's a friend from, the other side of the country around my age who I can confide in and bond with. Well, guess what? Your quote unquote friend is actually probably somebody, much older than you, and most definitely aren't looking for just a friend. Number 3, if someone you met online starts asking you really weird questions, stop talking to them. I don't care if you've been talking to this person for a few weeks or a few months or even a year or so. If they all of a sudden start asking you like really weird questions, stop talking to them. Unfriend them and block them. If they make sexual advances and or send alleged nude photos of themselves, even attractive photos, claiming to be this person or that person, because bear in mind, you can find nudes on the internet. Someone can easily go to a porn star's page, grab their nudes, even one that looks like a girl or a guy next door, and really deceive you into believing that that's actually them, when in reality it's not them. So don't believe any photos that somebody sends you, whether they're normal photos or especially sexually themed photos. And if they do that along with making sexual advances, you definitely want to stop talking to them, unfriend them, block them ASAP. And if there's a way to report them, I suggest reporting them. I highly suggest you do those steps immediately. Stop talking to them, unfriend them, block them, and if necessary, report them as well. Next, don't ever agree to talk to a stranger online via a phone, email, texting, Facebook, etc. It's one thing to talk to somebody in these various online chats where you can have an anonymous ID, a gamer tag, or username. As long as you don't include any personal, private information about yourself, to a degree, you're kind of safe, but still not completely safe. But do not give out your phone number. Do not give them an email. Do not give them your home address. Don't even tell them what city or town you live in. Don't give a complete stranger online any information that might improve their chances of finding you. And they have the capabilities to do so by giving them your phone number or an email address or even your home address, especially your Facebook profile. Do not give anybody online your Facebook profile. Don't do that either. And even with city and towns, even if it's a big city, there's always still the risk that they could find you if they really wanted to. And online predators are very capable of that. The final thing I want to tell you not to do is never agree to meet an online stranger in person. Once again, let me reiterate. Doesn't matter how long you've been talking to them. A few days, a few weeks, a few months, etc. Don't agree to meet that person. Don't agree to meet them at your home. Don't agree to meet them at a hotel or even in public. Because the sad reality is you really just can't trust people online. I'm not saying that everybody online that you're going to meet are wolves in sheep's clothing, but you have to be very cautious, especially my subscribers who are underage. In conclusion, I realize that everything I say in this discussed video will only go so far. In the end, it's up to you as to whether or not you listen. And a lot of you are adults, and you're entitled to your own choices in life. You don't have to listen to anything I say. You can do whatever you want to do. The good choices are the bad choices. Whenever you're encountering a complete online stranger, or even somebody that you might have been talking to for the past few days or weeks or months, just be mindful. That person could be who they claim to be. But then again, there's always the possibility that they might very well be another wolf in sheep's clothing.